Hey there! Before we get to this video, I just heard the recent news that NASCAR itself has reached its settlement for 2 teams in this motorsport. So actually, it's all good apparently. However, we cannot let this situation ever again because we are seeing it's breaking up what's behind the identity around this motorsport. A possible $364.7 million lawsuit about revenue sharing bought by 2 charter teams from 2311 and Frontmo Motorsports did show us that the economic structure is completely broken, and it showed us that the team owners felt mistreated and a huge investment of the charter business is completely unstable right now. That breaking point can never be reached like that ever again. And also, we've seen and heard the rumors they're gonna make a new playoff format. I don't think that's not gonna be good for the NASCAR viewerships. NASCAR itself is a motorsport, not like a sport entertainment like the NFL, MLB, or NBA. Why are you trying to make it like a Game 7 for the World Series? Chris Rice, in the other hand, you're on the wrong note, man. But this is the part where I have a very good idea when this NASCAR situation will take its place in the future. That I believe I have created the definitive, competitive, financial, and integrity focus to plan that not just to heal NASCAR, but drive itself to resurgence. But before all that, we need to give respect to Greg Biffle, who died along with his family members, considerably the best good racers during my time while I was interested on NASCAR in 2011 or sometimes in 2012. He'll be very sorely missed. He'll be missed very gratefully during this motorsport. You know, for Greg Biffle, he wasn't a championship, a driver's championship to be exact, in a truck series or OPA series. He was a humanitarian who showed us what a true hero looks like during the relief efforts of Hurricane Helen. He used his skills as a pilot to save lives, and today, we are all heavy-hearted. He is definitely a fortunate soul during all the racing. And he was 55 years old. We will deeply pray for his family, friends, and any other family members for Greg Biffle by this horrific, tragic loss in a plane crash. And we hope you enjoy at the rest of this video. Alright, now that's out of the way, let's go! So, during the recent news of NASCAR, that NASCAR itself wanted to go back to its roots once again. Amongst all the fans that have been writing down, the viewers have gone real spiraling, and the fans keep on ranting here in social media and gone live it as much as possible. And you know what I'd say? You know what? Let's give NASCAR what they want. And as a casual fan to myself, I usually be on quiet. What I'm doing is discernment around it. Instead of ranting in the social media like this, I just built my own system in my own terms. It's not because of plagiarism, but I did it in my own terms with my own vision. So I just made this. So I just made this system format, which is now called the NASCAR's Value System Format, which is written by myself included. So this system format, which provided the drivers to earn points by finishing positions in each race, awarding highest places with more points. When the bonus points will continue for wins, we're adding additional points for awarding race wins and stage victories, for giving it a competitive racing. And the most important of all, consistency is allowed around this playoff qualification rounds for postseason, and to balance points and victories throughout the season. So let's check it out and see what happens. So you have 3 divisions, which we have the Truck Series, and Xfinity Series, where we will change this to a Rally All Apart Series and the Cup Series. This value system format, which shows this fair competition, awarding top performances and determine postseason qualifications based on accumulating championship points. So let's check it out and see right there. Now you're wondering what you expected to see. I combined the old system to the new system and combined it all in one together to make a unified system for the NASCAR's Drivers' Championship. Now when it comes to these stage points will be added to the Drivers' Championship, what will be required by the points will be rewarded on the stage positions in first, second, and third, with overall race positions by varying a race and a multiplier, which all these multipliers will be on in four groups of stage point multipliers by how many miles per lap will be on the group, which is times 1, times 1.5, times 2, and times 2.5. In this system, unlike the playoffs, however, stage cautions will never be allowed in this system. Clean finishes are acceptable. The stage point multipliers only means when one lap equals how many miles on a racetrack. However, it did remind you of the 1968 to 1972 point system format, which is actually the track length point system, are like the same principle for stage point multipliers. Now, when it comes to the playoff system, in what I just found earlier in 2007, they had these stage points, which it has 10 for stage 1 and 2, and the last stage is for 40. But you know, in my system format, we'll go into my own terms on the stage points right there. Stage 1, you have 20 stage points. Stage 2 will have 30 stage points. In stage 3, you have 40 stage points. These stage points will multiply and it will be added as a base of values on every race, on every detail. Now, the first off, we have times by 2.5 mile multiplier group of these stage points, and these stage points will be multiplied by 2 point miles. And these points will be verified in these races like Talladega, Daytona, Circuit of the Americas, Watkins Glen, Pocono, and Indianapolis Motor Speedway. These stage points will be multiplied by 2.5, which the first stage will require 50 points. Top 10 positions in 5-point gaps. And the second stage will have 75 points. The top 25 positions in 3-point gaps. And the third and final stage, with 40 with times by 20.5, will have 100 stage points. For 40 positions on top 40, will require the first top 10. The first will be 100 stage points, which is the maximum, up to 64 points. When you finish on the top 10, the points will be on 4-point gaps. When you finish on 11th to 20th, which is 60 points to 30 points, that's 3-point gaps. When you're 21st to 30th, when it goes to 30 points to 12 points, you get 2-point gaps. And the last top 10 would be the 31st to 40th, at 10 points into 1 point in 1-point gap. And second, we have the times 2 mile multiplier group, which is actually for 4 races for around the time. Michigan and Charlotte Roval for Craftsman Truck Series, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and the Cup Series. The St. Petersburg will go for O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and the Truck Series. O'Reilly Auto Parts Series and the Cup Series will go in Sonoma for the 2-point mile group. And these 2-point miles will be multiplied by 20, 30, and 40 for all the stages around the first, the second, and third. The first stage will enter by 40 stage points, which is for top 20. 40 stage points to 2 stage points in 2-point gaps. The second stage will have 60 stage points, which require top 30 positions, 60 stage points to 2 stage points in 2-point gaps. And the third stage, which is the final stage, which we have 80 stage points in top 40 positions, and 80 stage points to 2 stage points in 2-point gaps. Now in the next group, we have times by 1.5 mile multiplier. And this will go for many intermediate tracks where you have Atlanta, Las Vegas, Darlington, Kansas, Texas, Charlotte, and Homestead, Miami, and including Chicagoland is back for 2026. The Cup Series and All Riding Series, and for the Truck Series as well. But the only thing the road courses they have for the Truck Series is the Line Rock Park. It has a 1 mile, and the stage points will be multiplied by 1 mile as well. As much for these stage points, which we multiply by 1.5 miles, will require for the first stage is 30 points. 30 points encountered in 3-point gaps. In the second stage, where we have the 30 points will be multiplied by 1.5 miles, will require 45 stage points. In top 15, from 45 stage points to 3 stage points in 3-point gaps. And the third and final stage points, which is 40, will be multiplied by 1.5 miles equals 60 stage points for top 38 positions. And the first top 10 will require 3-point gaps from 60 stage points, which is the maximum, to 33 stage points. And to the second top 10, which we have 11th to 20th positions, which require 5 2-point gaps and 5 1-point gaps. For 30 stage points to 16 stage points, which required 5 2-point gaps and 5 1-point gaps. And the third, which is 21st to 30th positions, will require all 15 stage points to 60 stage points in 1-point gap. And the 31st and 38th positions will require 5 stage points into 1 stage points in 1-point gap. Now, as required to the last group, which is times by 1 mile multiplier, which is actually required for short tracks and concrete tracks, such as Phoenix, Bristol, Martinsville, Richmond, Gateway, and Iowa. I totally forgot about Nashville is a part of that group, so sorry for that. Don't judge me for it. Now back to the video. Dover is not going to be here for a while because it will be in the All-Star race for us. So it will be the daytime racing in the All-Star race since 1991 for Dover. In North Wilkesboro, the first time we're getting on the Cup season since 1996, and the Truck Series will have to do the same as well. Rockingham will also feature for the Truck Series and the Raleigh Auto Parts Series, and Indianapolis Raceway Park will be only for the Truck Series. Now for the stage points, which we have 20 points times by 1, you get the same thing. The 20 stage points is the maximum stage points to 1 stage point, which require 1-point gap. And the 30th stage points, which is 30th, is the maximum points. And first to 30th positions in 1-point gap. And the stage points stage 3 will be 40, which require 40 positions. 40 stage points is the maximum points into 1 point in 1-point gap. But that's not all of this one. The new race what we have for 2026 is a new race here in San Diego, the Aldrilla 250 Race to the Base. But the stage points will have a new multiplier where we race out in San Diego, which is times by 3.5 miles, and the stage points will be multiplied by 3.5 miles. Like for the San Diego, the IMSA might race there, or Formula 1 will try to race there, or any car might like to try racing there because it's the longest circuit of NASCAR history right now. And it's going to be racing for a 3-tier series, which is the Cup Series, the Truck Series, and the Raleigh Auto Parts Series. So, with these stage points, they will be multiplied by 3.5 miles for 20, 30, and 40 for all of these 3 stages. With the first stage, we have 20 multiplied by 3 miles for 70 stage points. Then the first to 10 positions for the top 10 is 7 stage points, which is maximum to the minimum of 70 stage points in 7-point gaps. In stage 2, 30 times by 3.5 equals 105 stage points. In top 15 for first to 15 positions, 105 stage points to 7 stage points in 7-point gaps. And the final stage, which is 40 times by 3.5 equals 140 stage points. As for the top position for top 40 of all the positions in the first to 10th, the maximum of 140 stage points will become the first. To 10th place, we have 77 stage points in 7-point gaps. In 11th to 20th, and 70 stage points to 32 stage points. It has some really good point gaps. In 1 7-point gap, 4 5-point gaps, 3 4-point gaps, and 2 point gaps. On the third top 10, we have 21st to 30 stage points and 12 stage points in 2-point gaps. And at the final top 10, we have 31st to 40th, we had 10 stage points to minimum of 1 stage point in 1-point gap. You know, all these stage point gaps were to remind you of the lap system format in 1975 to 2010, where stage point gaps are access to scoring consistency across different depths. And these gaps are consistent with intervals with 7 points, 5 points, 4 points, or 3 points, or 2 points, and 1 point. In addition, leading laps in first place will gain its significance once again. Here's what I have in the value system formula. Each lap you get in first place will get 3 bonus points. Not 5, but 3 bonus points. Plus, how many stage points you have in first, second, and third in total equals total drivers championship points. But overtime laps will not count as the 3 bonus points. The final lap you comes in. When the final lap finishes, you get the final stage points. Leading the most laps in any race will get you extra 20 points. And speaking of bonuses, you have the Daytona 500, which is at the first crown jewel of NASCAR. In the value system format, if you can win any crown jewel event in one season, you can get 5 extra points in your position on the Drivers' Championship. And you have 4 crown jewels around here. The Daytona 500, the Coca-Cola 600, the Brickyard 400, and the Sutter 500. Speaking of, this crown jewel, the Coca-Cola 600, has 4 stages. You had the first stage, the second stage, and the third stage, 1.5 mile, but this one has 4 stages. And the fourth, which is actually the bonus stage, where it requires 50 points, will be multiplied by 1.5 mile, what equals 75 stage points. And what position you get on this race for the second crown jewel? Top 15 positions in 5-point gaps. I'd be thinking, is there anything else when it comes to the value system format? Well, guess what? The wild card's officially back! For the Cup Series, in the postseason, you need to have top 12 competitors to be on the postseason. In the Cup Series, you need to have 12 competitors to compete for the championship for the drivers. If you're in the 13 to 16 positions, while you're not in a championship contender, you are in the wild card. When you're actually 17th to 20th positions, you're also in the hunt. The only goal is to be over 2,250 championship points. The 13th position to be over on that, and these points, you need to get more to be on the top 12 for the championship contenders to get on the postseason. The same thing in the O'Reilly series, but you need to be on top 10 to be on the championship contenders. If you're 11th to 16 positions, you are in the wild cards. In 17 to 20 positions, you are in the hunt. You need to be suitable for wild card contention. The only goal you need to be under is 2,000 championship points. Even if you are 11th position to be under or over 2,000 points, you need to get more points for to be on the top 10 for the postseason for the O'Reilly All-Part Series. As for the Craftsman Truck Series, you need to be on the top 8 for the Drivers' Championship contenders. If you're in 9th to 16th position, you are in the wild cards. If you're 17th position to 20th position, you're also in the hunt and need to be suitable for the wildcard contention. The only goal to get under is 1,050 points. However, what I tried to say was the only need to get is 1,750 championship points for the drivers. If you're on 11 points, even if you're over or under 1,050 points, then again, 1,750 drivers' championship points, you need to get more points to be on the top 8 to get on the postseason for the drivers' championship. Sometimes in the weather delay in the regular season, when the race is completely stopped, when the weather is going to have rain, right, and the finish in having the second stage or in the third, the stage points will be cut in half, but otherwise divided by 2. But that can we receive any decimal points around the system? No. When it comes to having the decimal points, round down to the nearest whole number to see the whole number of the stage points will contain for the driver's championship points. If we see the rough driving penalty, that actually will cost you 150 driver's championship points. Unsportsmanlike conduct or even bad behavior to the officials will receive to take away 35 drivers' championship points. Any altercations or physical altercations or fighting can cause 50 drivers' championship points will be taken away. If you're disqualified from post-race suspension or even not cleared, you're not getting any other points that you are going to have at the end of this race. But you get mercy 10 points for the drivers' championship if actually not even cleared. And you would start real too soon, and that's a violation. That's 0 points of how many laps you're in first, or what stage you're in. When the stage actually ends, you might need to try to get some more laps per points. Now, when it comes to the NASCAR postseason, it accumulates for one postseason race for the season finale for the championship. In the Cup Series, we have 12 competitors who will compete for the Cup Series Drivers' Championship, and the O'Reilly Series will have 10 championship contenders who will compete for the O'Reilly Series Drivers' Championship. And the Truck Series will have 8 championship contenders who will compete for the Craftsman Truck Series Drivers' Championship. In the Cup Series, you have 10 postseason races for a prize money bonus for just $1 million. Will be multiplied by the same track length that is being used for stage points. That will be added to actual prize money in the last 10 races. Even if you're not a championship contender, you can still win prize money in postseason races by winning them. In the O'Reilly All-Apart Series and the Craftsman Truck Series, you have 7 postseason races for the prize money, which is $1 million. But the O'Reilly Series will have 66%, and the Craftsman Truck Series will have 33%. Like I said, if you're not in a championship contender, you can still win prize money for the 7 races for winning them. The postseason room, it definitely reminds you of the chase for the cup, but much more serious. Let me show you an example real quick. Now for the Cup Series, you have the $1 million will be multiplied by track length for the last 10 races. Let me give you an example of Talladega, which will be multiplied by track length by stage points. And the $1 million will be multiplied by the same track length with 2.5, which is $2,500,000 will be added to the actual purse. But now a new total purse of $12,000. $12 million in cup. You flippin' moron. Sorry about that, guys, but this is what I get for being overconfident and getting bad answers for so long. Back to the video. That almost feels like a crown jewel event, to be honest. And the O'Reilly All-Apart Series, where you have the $1 million to be multiplied by track length of 66%, and will be also by $1,650,000. Will be added to actual prize money for the O'Reilly Series we get on this new purse of this one. This feels like doubled. The Craftsman Truck Series, with this $1 million for the 33% will be multiplied by track length, can be also be on the Talladega. With the actual purse of $780, you meant $780,000, thank you very much, will be added to be $833,000 will be $1,006,600 to be exact, and $13,000. It does remind you of the earlier years of NASCAR. In 1949, in 1951, 1952 to 1967 systems, where prize money can equals beyond the championship points. But in this one principle, you need to be in first to win it, just like the All-Star race. Now, when it comes to the postseason, it does remind you of the chase of the cup, but much more serious. And the end of the regular season, when it starts at Daytona and ends with Daytona, the Drivers' Championship points will not reset. No more elimination rounds and no more rounds for the postseason. So in this value system formula in the postseason, each lap you led in first place will get 3 bonus points per lap, plus how many stage points is your half, first, second, and third, and equals total championship points. But the championship points will also be cut in half. But in other words, it will be divided by 2 as the final Drivers' Championship points. And just like that, overtime laps will not count as the 3 bonus points until the final lap comes. When the final lap finishes, you get the final stage points. Leading most laps anyways, what equals 20 extra points. It stays the same, but it will be added to the formula when it comes with dividing the championship points. And these points will be rounded down to the nearest whole number at the end of the last 10 races, where it will not receive any decimal points. To Darlington at the start of the postseason, to the season finale race for the end of the 3-tier series. So let me give you a simple note for that. The Driver Championship points will stay on the regular season, and these points from this formula on the postseason will be added to regular season points, but in half for the Drivers Championship points. You might say this question, why the points will be cut in half in the postseason? Well, in this postseason, the stakes will be higher, but in this format, it needs to remain the fair point. It forces the charters to strategize what is different to know the championship points will be less offensive right now. But there will be some real penalties on this one. Each lap down you get will take away 25 championship points. If you got a crash or a DNF, you get no points if you're a championship contender. But if you're trying to wreck someone out of the way to get in a better place or to get first place, you'll get no points whatsoever. Or else you gotta get disqualified. And the golden rule of the value system format is driver behavior and talent equivalent. It's always to be inside the track or outside the track. However, if the championship leader is involved in an accident and gets a DNF in the postseason race will receive no points at all, then one of these championship contenders will have a chance to earn more points than the leader itself, potentially reducing the gap and overtaking the top position in first place in the championship points. So here's all the proposed money payout for the end of the season finale race with the NASCAR Drivers Championship at Hasbro. For in the Cup Series, whoever gets first place will receive $3.5 million. If you didn't even win a Drivers Championship in any Cup Series like that, you still get a huge payout like these right there. In the O'Reilly Park Series, whoever gets first place, who gets the championship, and receives $2.25 million. Even if you're not a championship contender, you still get huge amount of payouts when you're in second place. In the Craftsman Truck Series, whoever gets first place will win the championship and receive $1.125 million. You know, it's actually still pretty good, even if you know you're a championship contender. You can still earn much merit around in one season. That's not probably it, but I know you guys all be thinking about what should comes next, by the way. It's not the end of the video yet, though, but what comes next? If the charters need to do something to fix and need to be more competition for NASCAR. So what if they could make a NASCAR Charters Championship? But I know you guys should probably say,
you can't tell me that, that's Formula 1. You can't be plagiarizing Formula 1 just like that.
No. Let me show you how to put it this way before you better start talking and listen. So here's the question until many other people need to know. What do we need to make the charters much more competitive? Let's see this for example. The NASCAR Charters Championship would go these visual colors. of the Craftsman Truck Series, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and the Cup Series. Also, it actually knows the owner's championship as a part of the value system format. So why not go into the opposite colors? The opposite color is red, is blue, and green is the opposite color is purple, and white in the opposite color is black. But we'll keep it like gray because gray is actually much more better, even a much color to see for these opposite colors. If the sponsor of the paint schemes are the same of these colors, try to do the paint the stripe on the different side of colors. In 2025, NASCAR actually removed the yellow stripe at the back of the car or even the vehicle, but you can use that stripe in those three opposite colors for the Truck Series, the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and the Cup Series, which is blue, purple, and gray. And what is next? Unlike Formula 1, in which many people don't even like it or want to plagiarize with it, the Chargers will select 2 drivers who actually had the most talent in any other race on the cars or the truck for the team to compete for the Chargers championship in finishing positions. What strategies I have here? Strategy A, veterans. The team might designate 2 veterans or even 1 veteran or developer to maximize the top of the change for top 10 finishers to get charter points. That shows how the Kyle Busch rule that many of the veterans can't help. This also, for the veterans, can help out the lower series for the Chargers Championship for the lower series. And strategy B, development. The team will actually might mix a little bit of veteran and upcoming talent to get a younger driver and meaningful experience at high under pressure. But what it calls for is charter point pressure. So here's all the charter points for every finished position and much example. The Cup Series and the Auto Parts Series will have 38 competitors, which means 38 charter points, which is the max. And the Truck Series will have 36 competitors, which means 36 competitors is 36 charter points. So let me show the examples what charters need to go for the next season occurs. At Pocono, at 2025, Chase Briscoe and Denny Hamlin has been selected as the drivers to compete for charter points at Pocono. They have a 1-2 finish for JGR Racing, which they earn 75 charter points, which is the maximum points of what charters need to go for in the Cup Series. When the 2 drivers finish in their own positions at the end of the race, the charter points will be added up together in their team and any other division series. Driver A will have the charter points in the finishing positions, plus driver B in the charter points in the finishing positions with a total of charter championship points. In the 2025 of the Southern 500, Chase Briscoe just won that race, but look at Eric Jones and Joe Hunter Nemechek. They are 3rd and 4th in that race when they finish. As for 2311 Racing, Tyler Reddick and Bubba Wallace both finished in 2nd and 6th. As for JGR, Chase Briscoe finished 1st and Denny Hamlin finished 7th. So these are the charters actually in 1st and 2nd and 3rd on charter points during a race in Darlington of the Southern 500. But these are the results that the charters will choose any driver who is very good at every track. Yet the charter points will be added to all cumulatively all the races in one season. But the charter points will never going to be multiplied just like the stage points or the postseason extra money for it. The charter points will be unmultiplied and they will accumulate from all the races as for the charters in any division as possible. Note that all 3 of them are in Toyota right now. That's all coincidence how they finished like that. Bonus level for any charter points it can have. Those whose driver can win 3 races in 1 weekend in 3 divisions can get extra 10 charter points for each charter in any division. Cup, an O'Reilly Parts Series, and a Craftsman Truck Series. We saw the example like Kyle Busch actually done at Bristol or even Dover. Can sweep all the races in 1 weekend like that. You can't keep that talent up. And for the double of crown win bonuses, for those whose driver can win 2 races in 1 weekend for the 2 divisions, and can get 10 extra charter points in each charter in any division, in the Cup or the O'Reilly Series, or the Cup or Craftsman Truck Series. And these are examples like Sean Van Gisbergen can actually do like a road course or his masterclass can win 2 races in 1 weekend, what we saw in Chicago. Just like in the Drivers' Championship, the charter points will be also cut in half but will not receive any decimal points, but rounded down to the nearest whole number for the charter points, and these charters will never get full merit for particular effort from the race itself. The charters need to look out for their penalties in the season, by the way, as well. The beginning of the season to the season finale in Homestead, there will be rough driving for if you lose 25 charter points. In altercation of the fight, when it's all with a fight with two drivers, you will lose 30 charter points for that as well. So you might as well need to be careful of how to make a big picture for the drivers, the championship, and the charters championship for all three, but any division you're in. Alright, we reached the end of my mock results on 2025. So let me show you the examples of what happened in 2025 season right there. Whoever gets first place for the Drivers' Championship, which known as William Byron, actually earned 5,666 Drivers' Championship points and received $3.5 million. A certified championship for all season long for dominance and lap integrity like that. And hey, just like that for every season much as possible. And this shows how many points I calculated for all season long from the Daytona to end of the season finale in Phoenix, which is the last race of the season right now. But it will change it soon enough for the 2026. And second place, you have Carl Larson, who has earned 5,157 points. After all, in the playoff format, he won a championship for gaining a top position to earn the title, but that's not even enough for it. It's the points that matter the most that William Byron has earned more points than Larson. Third place, which you have Denny Hamlin, which earned $3 million. His earning has gained. He earned 4,204 championship points. In mostly charters, he charged really good this season on the other hand, but he has a lot more grit in the season and have mastery in war, even without the title. Even if when I watched the final race for Denny Hamlin, I feel so bad for him. He wants to win a title for once he never get in his life.